I'm back! Welcome to My Blue Thoughts, episode 210. So, I decided it was best to take a hiatus. A few weeks ago, I'm going to address it really quick, even though this is My Blue Thoughts. We had the incident in Orlando, and then we had the other incident in Bangladesh, and then there's just all these horrible things in the world kept happening, and unfortunately they're still happening. So I just thought that at the time, with everything, and then with the All-Star break, and then just stuff I had going on with traveling, I thought just take a few weeks off. My Blue Thoughts is still going to be here. For the few people that do watch it, they'll tune back in when we come back, just like when a TV show goes on hiatus during like winter break or something, and then you get excited about it coming back in late January, February. That's what we did, but I realized that if there's ever a time that we need a knowledgeable voice, I'll call myself knowledgeable, I don't care, it's right now, because the Dodgers are... What is happening with the Dodgers? If we were like the Brewers, or even like a team without a big, like the Pirates, or a team of that, like a small market, let's say a small market team, you could say, oh, well, we're only 5.5 games out of second place, but we're up in the wild card by a game. Like, who cares about the wild card? Are we really spending $260 million on one game in the playoffs at the most if we get the wild card and we lose? Like, no, you want to play for a series, at least a 5 games, at least a series. The Dodgers should not be playing for the wild card. But the fact that we're in the wild card and only 5.5 games back, that is a positive light, because the Dodgers have been destroyed by injuries this year. When I say destroyed, I mean we are lucky that we are 10 games above 500 at 52-42, because we have lost everybody possible that we could lose, pretty much, with the exception of Adrian Gonzalez and Corey Seager. I mean, I guess Utley and Kendrick Kendrick started on the DL too. This fact that we are where we are is a blessing, trust. But with the news today that Clayton Kershaw, his return has been backed up because he's got his herniated disc, it's just like the Dodgers, this is me being a realist, not just a diehard fan, which I am, of course. Without Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers are not going to go anywhere. With that being said, I hope he comes back. Kershaw has been resilient his entire career. He spent 1 point on the DL in 2014, and he came back, after a few weeks, and he won the MVP and the Cy Young that year. Great. If he comes back this year, I say if because we really don't, they're not telling us, they're not being forthcoming with the information, because it's Clayton, probably. If he doesn't come back, the Dodgers will not maybe they'll make the playoffs, but they're not going to go anywhere. Like, the Dodgers are, I'm still not sure if they're a World Series team, even with Clayton Kershaw, because of the things that have been inconsistent, like the offense, like the starting pitching, minus Kershaw. The bullpen, everyone wanted to get up on the bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen is the best bullpen in the National League. That's not their problem. What the problem is their starting pitchers can't go more than 4 innings or 5 innings, maybe 6 innings. Did you know the other day, I think it was Maeda or Kazmir went 6 innings, and that was the first time the Dodgers had a pitcher go 6. No, it was McCarthy. I think it was McCarthy. It was McCarthy. It was the first time. Honestly, I don't even know who it was. But the point is, it was the first time that a Dodger pitcher had went 6 innings other than Kershaw in like a month. The bullpen, they're the best bullpen, but eventually they're going to break down. You cannot keep sending guys out there like a Hatcher, like a Blanton, like a Jansen. When he blew the save the other day, you can't keep sending guys out there every night and expect them to not give up any runs. In a perfect world, that would happen, but this is not a perfect world. This is a world where guys that have ERAs barely under 4 are getting paid $15 million a year. We can't have that. We got to have our starters go deeper. That being said, Ryu back on the DL. I'm sure Ryu's a great guy, but just looking at him as a fitness person, which I am, I see the way he takes care of himself or lack thereof. I gotta question his body's breaking down because he doesn't take care of himself. He looks like David Wells from Korea. Like, he's the Korean version of David Wells. David Wells was a good pitcher, but he wasn't known for taking care of himself. And I think that's part of the reason why Ryu keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. I just don't think he's that, like Clayton. You look at Clayton, that's what an athlete looks like. Takes care of himself. His workouts are diligent. He probably eats protein all day long with like 2 vegetables and 2 carbs, and that's it. Like, Clayton Kershaw is a machine. He's our Kobe Bryant, if you will. Okay, that's why he doesn't get hurt very often. Ryu, I don't know, man. The Dodgers, we have to trade for a starter when we had a surplus in pitching. We thought we did in the preseason. You know, they're bringing Urias back up, or I'm sorry, Urias back up to start on Thursday because Clayton's not going to be back and because Ryu's in the DL. Urias' innings are going to be limited. I'm still waiting for them to call up De Leon. I'm still waiting for them to call up Cotton. Like, at this point, maybe those guys can give us a 6 or 7 inning start because the guys that we have, Kazmir, McCarthy, not Ryu, whatever kid they keep bringing up kids like a Brock Stewart and a Ross Stripling, and it's like, yeah, I mean, these guys are serviceable, but we have these stud rookies that, you know, they finally brought Urias up. I don't know what we're waiting for on some of the high prospect arms when our starting pitchers are not going the distance, are not doing their jobs, they're putting too much work on the bullpen. Maybe that's why Clayton's back got hurt, because he knew, shit, the guy yesterday only went 5 innings, the guy tomorrow's only going to go 5 innings, I got to go out here and go 8 innings, I got to go out here and go 9 innings. He's a workhorse, man. He's got the #1 ERA, he is #1 in whip, which is walk, hits, and innings pitched. Like, his strikeout to walk ratio is going to be the best ever, period. We put so much workload on him, and that's one of the reasons I believe why he herniated his disc. I wish him a speedy recovery. I don't know what it's going to be. Anyway, point being, we need to address starting pitching, whether it be if I trade or calling somebody up. And I'm speaking objectively, of course, on this. I'm speaking subjectively. This is my opinion. I'm stupid. I think the Dodgers need to trade Puig. I really do. Ethier is supposed to be coming back. His injury. Now, that's an injury that I can see. It's not his fault. He's got a broken bone, man. There's nothing you can do about a bone breaking and not healing. Like, that's just, he's a little bit older. Ethier is, what, 34? It takes longer for things to heal. I know this. But Puig, man, he can't catch up to a fastball. He can't lay off the first pitch. He swings at balls. He takes strikes. He goes up there swinging at the first pitch almost every single time, and they know it. You know why he goes up there and swings at the first pitch? It's not because he's aggressive. It's because as he gets 2 strikes on him, his strike zone expands, and they throw a slider in the dirt, or they throw a fastball out of the zone by you, Puig. I've seen him get gassed so many times this year by guys that have slightly above average fastballs. If you're in the major leagues and you're going to be a superstar, you need to be able to hit an above average fastball, 95, 96, 97. Remember Manny? Manny Ramirez would turn on 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. Gary Sheffield, I mean, like, there's guys that have done it. It's not impossible. Puig he overswings every time. His stats, if you look at him, he's batting like 260, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. Like, he's not a superstar. His first season, he was a superstar. His second season, a little, but not really. And then ever since then, he hasn't been on the field, you know, the whole season. His numbers have not reflected the potential. So the Dodgers need to trade him now and get something that can help this ball club right now, because we are in trouble. I'm not content with where we are right now. The Dodgers are in trouble. We need to get a starting pitcher. We need to do something, whether it's trade Puig for a pitcher, call-ups. There's something needs to be done before the season, which, like I said, we're lucky to be where we are right now before it becomes a disaster. So they have a week. The trade deadline is within a couple weeks. I've been hearing rumors. Rumors are just rumors. We'll see what happens. But I trust the front office, kind of, to go out and do something. I hope Clayton's okay. Corey Seager's going to be Rookie of the Year. I'm glad Jock is back. Let's hope that they can take care of business against the Nationals and the Cardinals, and then come back next week when they have Tampa Bay. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning back in. Bye. Bye. Go Dodgers.